All right, so we're creating a haunted house. In this video, we're going to do slide 4, which is calculating the area of each room. In the last video, we created the floor plan. So go back and watch that if you don't have your floor plan yet, but we're going to go on to slide 4. The first thing I'm going to do is type out the name of each room in these boxes. And here's where we're going to use the colors. If you keep the colors the same, it's going to make the rest of the project way easier. So we have a black, a gray, blue, purple, 2 oranges, a yellow, and a green. Now I know the black and the gray kind of look similar, so it's fine. I can see that the pet room, this color is a little darker. So I'm going to put that one first, and then this one. And then it's blue, purple, etc. Okay. First, pet room. And to do this, you just click, the box is already there, so you just click and type. And there's no like flashing cursor when you click on it. So you just have to do it. So the next color is the lighter gray, which for me is the bedroom. So the next one is blue. So I'm going to go back. Blue is the owlery. And I'm going to write owlery. You can also get a piece of paper and write them down, just whatever helps you with this process. Art room. Now I've got 2 oranges. So the darker orange is the main room, and then the lighter orange is the haunted library. So main room, haunted library. Okay, so now you're going to calculate the area of each room, which is the space inside the room. If you were looking down at it, it would be how many grids, there are, how many square feet. Like if you're putting carpet in, something like that, you need to know. So to find area, we do length times width. And so you're going to put length and width in either order here, and then we're going to do the math. My personal preference is to fill in all of these numbers first, because it is a lot of back and forth, and then come in at the end and do all the math at once. So let's look at the pet room only. Come over, here it is, pet room. And I'm going to count these squares on the bottom for the length and then up the top for the width. So here's my pet room. I'm going to count these squares to find the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the length by 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 by 4. So 8 and 4. And it doesn't matter if you put the 4 first and then the 8. That's fine. Now I'll do the same thing with all of my rooms. So I'm just going to count the length and width. So the bedroom is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 by 5 for the bedroom. Next is the blue, which is the owlery. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 by 5. By the way, if you do make a mistake like that, how I just moved that, this undo button up here is great. And you can also do Control Z or Command Z if you're on a Mac. All right, so now I have all of my dimensions written down for each room, so I don't have to keep jumping back and forth, and I can calculate the area for each of these rooms. So if you want to grab a notebook or a whiteboard or something to do your math, you can make arrays, equal groups, you can do skip counting, whatever multiplication strategy you like to use. This is really, really good practice. So for the pet room, to find the area, I'm going to do 8 times 4, which is 32. And I want to put the units in, so it's 32 feet squared. And it's feet squared because it's the area. So that's what these little drag and drop number 2 is for. 7 times 5 for the bedroom, 35 feet squared. The owlery is 4 times 5, which is 20. And you know what? Right now, let's say I just did all that math for 4 times 5. I actually have 2 more rooms that are the same area. So I can actually fill those in at the same time. I ended up with 3 rooms with the same dimensions. And I didn't do that on purpose, but there we go. Okay, the main room is 11 times 5. I love multiplying by 11 because you just double that number. at least if it's 1 through 9. So 5 times 11 is 55, 6 times 11 is 66, etc. A haunted library is 5 times 6, that's 30 feet squared. And my astronomy tower is pretty small. Looks like it's my smallest room. 6 times 2 is 12 feet squared. Pretty great. So now I'm going to find the total area of my entire house. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I'm going to add all of these numbers up and put my total area in this box. Okay, so I added all of those up on a piece of paper and I'm back, and my total area of my house is 224 feet squared. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in, and now I'm done with this page. So this is what we have for our floor plan. Now we've got our area, and I'll meet you at the next slide, which is picking out our flooring.